Monday lunchtime, just after lunch, just letting you know what I've been up to. Had a brain refreshing day on Sunday, took the day off and did all the things I need to do to refresh the brain. Had a great night's sleep, raring to go today. So, the Supreme, I'm very happy with the Supreme. The only concern I've got, I just don't want a false run race. I don't want them to allow Melon with Ruby Walsh on it to set slow early fractions and set the race up for himself to boot clear and not come back to the pack. So I'm hoping that young Alex Ferguson riding High Bridge for Ben Pauling, who definitely does not want a slowly run race, will kick on early and make sure there's a decent gallop on. A decent gallop will also help River Wylde settle and drop the bridle and travel nicely. Something like that. Anyway, that's the Supreme, the Arkle. Tomorrow, Altior's expected to win. And lo and behold, in the Arkle, Flying Angel is not declared. He's in the JLT. I can only see it shortening. In the Ultima Handicap Chase, I did do this race again and again. I do really like Singlefarmpaymement, but he has only got 4 starts. Was a non-completer and is from the Tom George yard, which has got not a very good record at the Cheltenham Festival, to say the least. Anyway, so the other horses I really like in here is Holywell, John Joe O'Neill, and of course he's very familiar. He is a bit over-raced for a winner of this race, but he was second off 153 last year and ran an RPR 162, and this year they've managed, by getting him beaten 73 lengths last time out, he manages to turn up at Cheltenham, which he loves, on good ground, which he loves, with Richie McClernand on, off 148. That is just about the ceiling mark. You don't want to be any higher than 148 to win this race. So he's bang on the upper limit. If he was to run anywhere near that 162 that he ran last year, off 148, he'll be in the frame. You could have a saver bet on him, or a little bit more than a saver. So that's Holywell in the Ultima, the 250 on Tuesday. Other ones in that race that you could consider: the Druid's Nephew for Neil Mulholland and Noel Feely. And the only other one I considered is Henry Parry Morgan of Peter Bowen. Now that does want soft ground, really. They ran him in the Cleve Hurdle, which is a big pointer to this. He's on the correct mark, and let me just get him up. Henry Parry Morgan, being placed in a Grade 1 chase, being placed in, I said to you before on a previous podcast, getting placed in a Grade 1 race, whether a hurdle or a chase, is a powerful stat in these Grade 3 handicaps at the festival. And there he is, only in April of last year, level weights got beat 3 lengths by Native River, and here he is in a handicap off 142. Well, Native River has hacked up twice off 155, so he's only beaten 3 lengths by it, but yet he's £13 lower than that. That form there, if he was to reproduce that form, he'd definitely be going close. All of his wins have been on soft, and he doesn't jump very well. But, you know, a small half a point or whatever you need, 3/4 of a point to save your money, and if he's on a going day, that's the Ultima. I'm hopeful that Singlefarmpaymement will run a big race and get involved in the finish, and whether he wins or not, he's the right age, he's the right handicap mark. He's a progressive. He's all about progression, that horse, and I think he could be a stone well in. Anyway, let's move on. The Champion Hurdle. Again, this is really tough for Yanworth. I know some of you are on it, and for wanting it for money, can only cross my fingers. That's all I can say. I really don't know what's going to happen. Shame, but there you go. The mare's race is very interesting now because they've introduced Froome Mag, and some people are of the opinion that it's going to win, and some people aren't. Some people think Limini's going to win, some people don't. But the fact of the matter is, when Ruby Walsh and Paul Townend are in the same race, both riding a Willie Mullins horse, this is a stat I've dug out and I use it. Ruby Walsh finishes in front of Paul Townend something like 94% of the time. So virtually every time there's the two of them are riding in the same race, Walsh beats Townend. Virtually every time. And the probability is that Limini will finish in front of Froome Mag. Whether that makes it win the race, I don't know. Briery Queen, I know Nick Crossland, who's in the group, been in the team a long time, is a cracking young man. Can't wait to meet him one day. Hope so when I get back. Briery Queen of Noel Williams. He's got Richard Johnson on board. I tell you, 50 to 1 that. If you want to have a fiver each way that, and hope it runs a massive race, if you could get 4 places, I think Briery Queen at about 50 to 1. Nick might be able to tell us on the email thread. That could run a huge race there. But I expect Limini to win, basically. It's, on my assessment, it's only a couple of pound clear of Vroom Vroom Mag and Apple's Jade. I think that couple of pound will be enough to see them off. But then it looks £10 clear, £12 clear of everything else as well. The JT McNamara National Hunt Chase is a race I love. Definitely don't want to be with a 5 or 6 year old. I don't like them. There's 1, 2, 3 6-year-olds. Don't fancy them. You want to go with the horses that have got the high handicap marks, like Tiger Roll. You can still get 16 or 20 to 1. It's got a woman jockey on it. She is Miss L. O'Neill, is amateur, Gordon Elliott. The horse is the right age. It's got the right handicap mark. It hasn't been out for a long time. Blinkers and headgear again. Let's have a look. I've got the answer. I've just seen it. Yeah, he's too old, Martello Tower. This is the value bet. I've done all the stats on this. Champers on Ice, 8 to 1. And Missed Approach, 33 to 1. Let's just check that again. This Champers on Ice has been laid out for this race. I've been told it so many times. And they put the cheek pieces on first time. And the strike rate is about 4 out of 14 or something in this race. First time headgear. I may come back to that. My selections in that race now. Because Mr. Paul Nicholls has got a one placed from 18 runners. I do like Arpeggiadel in. And he is wearing tongue-tie and blinkers, but not the first time. I think we'll go for Champers on Ice and Missed Approach. Maybe 2 points win and 1 point win. And then the Close Brothers Novices Handicap Chase. Value at Risk is a non-runner. I did tell you to get on that. I do really like the angle on It's a Freebie. They definitely pulled it. Now with Value at Risk out, Harry Skelton is riding it. And they've got Davy Russell to ride 2 Taffs. There we go, that's beautiful. First time cheek pieces as well for 2 Taffs. Very interesting. 11 stone 7, 137 handicap mark. Yeah, It's a Freebie. He was third in the Neptune last year. I've already got 3 each way that. I'm very happy with that. And I've gone 2 each way, 2 Taffs. Let's just have a look what he did last year. Yeah, no, he did not run at the Cheltenham Festival last year, which makes a bit of an off-putter. But he does tick all the other boxes. So 2 Taffs, 2 7-year-olds, definitely worth a bet. Okay, that's Tuesday. I'll just give a little update on Wednesday. Neptune, first race, Neon Wolf, short as 15 to 8. Then you've got Beccardi's, which is Willie Mullins, Death Duty. I'm told it's running in the Albert Bartlett race. Let's Dance is supposed to go in the mares. They're 5 and 6 and 7 to 1, those 2. Messier des Obeaux is 10 to 1, and I definitely can't have him. And then Will It Be Caught is next. I hope you got the price, Will It Be Caught. I managed to get 14, I think. Augusta Kate, which is a mare, which fell last time out. Can't have that. Melon is next in the market. That's going to the Supreme. Shattered Love, I don't know anything about that. Mona Lee going to the Albert Bartlett, invitation only. And it's one of the strongest markets, races for domination by the head of the market. So with Death Duty out, Let's Dance out, Messier des Obeaux, Bismarck. Augusta Kate is a mare which fell. It's both a mare and fell on its final start. Will It Be Caught is a major bet here. Ground might be considered to be a bit quick. It's also Neon Wolf. It's not running in the Supreme because the ground's considered too quick. It needs a longer trip on good ground. So Will It Be Caught? I'm really hopeful it's going to gallop and jump and come up that hill really strongly and be very hard to beat. So that's the Neptune. The next race on the card after the Neptune, it's the RSA Novices Chase. I've been round and round the houses with this race, as you know. So the top of the spread, let's just have a quick refresher. The top of the spreadsheet is Acapella Bourgeois. But I'm reliably informed this morning that 007 is an intended runner in the RSA. and he is second on my list on the spreadsheet. But he's got the couple of negatives against him, which I normally wouldn't go against. Huntingdon and a handicap last time. But if he's a big enough price, so let's see what price he is. 20 to 1, 25 to 1, Boyle Sports, non-runner, no bet. You know, if you've laid out 8 points or 9 points already, you've only got to have 0.4 of a point at 25 to 1 to cover your money in case he does win. Okay, so you mustn't be frightened when you've had a big bet on one to have little nibbles on other things in the market, especially when you're like second favourite here, Alpha de Zobo. I'm definitely against it. The Irish are piling into it because they think it's a good horse, but I can't have it. He is number 24 on the spreadsheet, but he's 5 to 1. So take it on the chin if he wins, guys. Yeah, he's number 24 on the spreadsheet. He has got just 12 out of 22 trues, whereas 007, 25 to 1, 5 times the price, has got 18 trues out of 22. That's the RSA. I've done Whisper each way. I've done Alcabella Bourgeois 7 to 1 to win. I've also done Kempfer to win. Now I'm going to do 007 to win, maybe half a point, 0.6 of a point. So for the want of 0.6 of a point, it might save 9 points, 10 points. But if that gets beat, you know, we're hoping that one of the others wins. All right. The Queen Mother Champion Chase is down to 10 runners. We've got 10 runners left. We've got Duvan who's a standout with. I've got Sir Valentino as clear next best, and I think they without market is better than trying to do the forecast. You could try to do the forecast. Header each way 40 to 1. Sir Valentino. And it's got Paddy Brennan on it. Heskin has got on God's Own. Oh, we should get an even bigger price, because I don't like God's Own at all. God's Own, let's have a look, see what he's done at Cheltenham. I know he ran in behind Sprinter Sacra last year in the Champion Chase. He's only beaten 8 lengths. Okay, only. 4th. I don't think it'll be any closer than 4th this year. Paddy Brennan was on that. Maybe they might think it's a year too soon for Valentino, maybe next year. But he's a French-bred 8-year-old. It's perfect. He's absolutely perfect. He did a higher RPR last time out than God's Own has done all year. And he could have done better. He blundered. 2 out, cost himself the race. God's Own did 170 last time out. So they're both about the same. I'm very happy with Sir Valentino. Garde La Victoire, I don't sense much confidence. So I have backed Valentino each way and each way in the win market, in the without Duvan market, to make sure that if he runs his race, I'll come out in front. Yeah, Garde La Victoire did win a handicap last time out. I would like to have seen him running a graded chase. He fell in the 2.5 mile novices grade 1, and he fell in the JLT. He fell at Aintree and he fell in the JLT, and he was beaten a short head by Sir Valentino, but he was giving him £3. So he's got to do something. But they're all French. They're both French bred. You see, Duvan French bred, Sir Valentino French bred, Garde La Victoire French bred, and when you look at the past winners, there's a lot of French breds in there, like Sprinter Sacra, Cider, Grugy, Masterminded, Boy Paul Steadies. So a lot of French breds do really well in the Champion Chase. I'm very happy with that race. Cross country, they get declarations tomorrow, but there's been a huge gamble on Cause and Causes. They've got JJ Codd riding it. I'm advising you, before it runs tomorrow, back it in the Grand National, for God's sake. I'm trying to build up a big position. I've got everything I've backed doubled with Cause and Causes for the Grand National. Let's try and find the Grand National price now. Be very quiet though. Try not to alert. Don't do anything that requires trader, refer to trader and all that stuff. Get on quietly, alright? Because, there we go. Can't believe more of that is 25 to 1 for the Grand National. That's hilarious. Carol's Destrier, that's shortening up a little bit. Cause of Causes is 33 to 1 across the board, apart from one little internet firm. Then the Fred Winter, yes, on Wednesday. Hopefully we're all holding plenty of bookmakers' money to pile into this Dolos, and without fear, because if it gets beat, we won't mind too much because we'll be in front. But I'm reliably informed this thing is absolutely flying, and they've got Paul Nicholls has got a tremendous record in the race. Fred Winter novices hurdle handicap. Paul Nicholls' record. 18 runners, 3 winners and 6 placed. He had the first and second last year, so he's had 18 runners in the He's 18 runners in the race, and half of them have made the frame at least. Okay, so he's good. And then there's the bumper after that. All right. So watch out. There may be more podcasts. I'll be tweeting. I'll be using both Twitter accounts at right Judge I Am and Dropbox. Dropbox will be for Dropbox Racing will be betting instructions. Right Judge I Am will just be general having a shout out. All right, and I'll let you know any more bets. All right, I will post them on the threads and I will update the Dropbox. Try to give everybody every chance to find out what's going on, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye now.